Chancellor Riley and Provost Hale, I would like to declare the afternoon session of the 105th Commencement at the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith convened.
Thank you, Dr. Carlson. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Georgia Hale, the Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs here at the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. To our guests, distinguished faculty, staff, and administrators, and to the graduates, parents, family, and friends, welcome to the 105th Commencement of the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. Thank you for joining us to honor our graduates from spring and fall 2021 from the College of Business and Industry. If you're not standing, I ask you to please stand and join music education student Landon King as he leads us in the singing of the National Anthem, accompanied by the UAFS Wind Ensemble.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. I am pleased to introduce the UAFS administration and academic deans. Dr. Teresa Riley, Chancellor of the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. Dr. Lynn Korvick, Interim Dean of the College of Health, Education, and Human Sciences. Dr. Paul Hankins, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Letitia Sedlich, Dean of the College of Business and Industry. And Mr. Chris Kelly, Executive Director of Marketing and Communications, who will read the names of the graduates as they walk across the stage. Seated before you are members of the faculty who represent the academic departments of the university, upon whose recommendation candidates for the degrees are presented. Faculty, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. The success of any institution relies heavily upon the staff. Many of our staff are represented here today. I ask you to please stand and be recognized. Now I invite Chancellor Riley to come forward and introduce our commencement speaker for today.
Good afternoon and congratulations, graduates. It is absolutely an honor to get to introduce to you Senator Matt Pitch. He's currently serving his first term in the Arkansas Senate, representing Senate District 8, which includes part of Sebastian County, including Greenwood and part of Fort Smith. He was elected to the Arkansas State Senate in 2018 and also served in the Arkansas House of Representatives from 2015 to 18. For the 93rd General Assembly of the Arkansas Legislature, Senator Pitch is serving as the Senate Majority Whip. He also serves as chair of the Senate Insurance and Commerce Committee, Senate Transportation, Technology, and Legislative Affairs Committee, and he's a member of the Senate Efficiency Committee. He is also a member of the Arkansas Legislative Council and Legislative Joint Auditing Committee and serves on several subcommittees. Senator Pitch was part of the UAFS Lion family from 1989 to 2006, first serving as an instructor and subsequently serving as an assistant professor, department chair, interim dean, and finally as the dean of the College of Applied Arts and Sciences. Senator Pitch earned his Bachelor's of Science and Master of Science in Electrical Engineering Management from Missouri University of Science and Technology in Rolla, Missouri. Professionally, he served as the Executive Director of the Western Arkansas Intermodal Authority, Vice President for Economic Development for the Greater Fort Smith Regional Chamber of Commerce, and Chairman of the Board of the Arkansas-Oklahoma Regional Education and Promotion Association. He is married to Sienna, and they have 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys. He is most proud of his 5 adorable grandsons. Please join me in welcoming Senator Matt Pitch to the podium.
Students, congratulations, soon-to-be graduates. Before I address you, which is going to be what the focus of this speech is about, I have a couple tasks to take care of. First, I want to thank Chancellor Riley and Dr. Hale for this great opportunity. I wish everybody got a chance to address a commencement exercise. It really makes you contemplate where you are in humanity. Let's jump right in. Dr. Riley said, I'm invested in UA Fort Smith. I was here when it became UA Fort Smith, was one of the first deans on this campus. This place was built on the backs of legends, people like Joel Stubblefield, Sandy Sanders, Mary Beth Suddeth, faculty members and staff like Myron Rigsby, I'm gonna forget some, math teacher, Stacy Jones, Penny Pendleton, R.G. Nichols, people who wanted to change people's lives. This is an amazing, unique institution that you're about to forever be linked with. This university is beyond special to me. The Monday before our first graduation at UA Fort Smith, the late Joel Stubblefield said, Mr. Pitch, we don't have a mace. None of us knew what a mace was. So 2 engineers, 2 staff members, and I went to work, and in 5 days we developed the first mace for the University of Arkansas Fort Smith. And it looked just like that. On Friday afternoon, 2 students walked into my office and said, Dean Pitch, we have a real problem. And I said, what's the problem? We didn't know somebody was supposed to carry that mace through the procession. It weighs almost 200 pounds. Trust me, the first graduation, it sat right there and nobody carried it up, and thank you to our Senate faculty for doing that. Second task, family, friends in the crowd. Job well done, good and faithful servants. There is no way these people are a success without your emotional, financial, and continual support of their pursuit. And too often times we fly right by that. So thank you for all you've done. And it means a lot not only to me, to the faculty, and to the administration that there are people here in support of these success stories sitting in these chairs. Next, I want to thank the faculty. I want to honor the faculty. I'm a Christian. In my faith, the man who walked this planet wanted his followers to call him rabbi and teacher. He did that because he wanted to be known as someone who changed lives. To teach is to change someone's life for the better. We honor what you do. Your chosen craft is the most needed in our society, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. I come from a family of teachers, educators. Father was a 40-year teacher. Mother was a choir director. My wife is in education. Both my brothers are academic as well. What you do is you change lives on a regular basis, and we need you now more than ever to continue the improvement of people and their opportunities in life. So thank you for that. All right, graduates, you're up. We are gathered here for you today, and I'm going to start with 3 sayings. The first one is, every child is one caring adult away from being a success story. Every child is one caring adult away from being a success story. The second saying is, you have permission to engage. The third saying is, people will long forget what you said. They'll clearly forget what you did, but people will never forget how you make them feel. Let me give you 2 examples of that. As a 9th grader, I was a 140-pound, wandering through life 9th grader. My 9th grade algebra teacher and football coach was the meanest man on the planet, an ex-Marine college football player named George Bud Peterson. Most of the students in my high school were pretty sure George Bud had killed people with his own 2 bare hands. That was the story and the rumor, and most of us stuck to it. My very first high school football game, I was a 3rd-string nose guard. I didn't have a whole lot of athletic ability, and I was a B to B- student. The senior all-state nose tackle broke his ankle in warm-ups. The junior backup tore out a knee. And you guessed it, here comes 14-year-old, 145-pound nose tackle to play that game. We survived. I don't remember whether we won or lost. What I remember is the following Monday, walking across the junior high playground to get to our practice field, the meanest man alive I'd ever met walked up to me and changed my life. The ground was shaking as he ran to catch me and put his arm around my shoulder and said with an extreme amount of effort, "I think you got something. I think you might actually be a college football player someday." I was a below average athlete, and the key words were extreme effort. He went on to say, "I also think you got something. You're doing great in my algebra class. Have you ever thought with some extreme effort, you might make an engineer?" That changed not only my life, that changed my 4 kids' lives, who are all engineers today, and probably changed those grandsons' future lives. Because somebody took the effort to go put their arm around somebody and say, "You know what, you got something special." That's something unique. Our society has lost the front porch and the conversations that take place on the front porch every evening. We've lost the ability to target somebody and go tell them they've got something special. You're about to be graduates in this world. You're about to be something special. How and what you do with that is going to change our humanity and our brotherhood of human beings. Let me tell you a second story, and I want to make sure and read it, and I'll read it quickly so you don't lose me. But this is a true story as printed on the AP. A young man named Jonathan was struggling to succeed in high school and was near expulsion and failing out. He promised his mother he'd try and take the SAT, the college entrance exam. At the time, SAT, a perfect score was 1,600. Jonathan took the test. He got his results back. He was a 1480 out of 1,600, which was an extremely high score. His mother accused him of cheating. He admitted, "I would have, except the chairs were too far apart." At this point in life, Jonathan began to believe that maybe he wasn't as stupid and ill-prepared for society as he thought. He changed his outlook on life. He started going to class, and he gave up the bad element that had been influencing him in his first 15 years of life. When he graduated high school, he was dramatically behind in his coursework. He went to a junior college. But he had something he believed inside of him, that he had something that he could give to humanity. He went to a college, 4-year institution after community college. He found his way into an Ivy League entrepreneur program, graduated, and started to make the big bucks. 12 years afterwards, he received a letter from the SAT board informing him he was one of actually 13 students who received an error in their scoring. He had actually scored 740 out of 1,600. You get 700 for signing your name on the sheet. What is important about that story isn't what he became, it's what made him believe he could become. That's the challenge I'm putting in front of you. You have a vocation, you're about to graduate, but you're going to include in your life and the people you cross paths with a whole bunch of young people that we got to change their outlook. We need to affect humanity and where we're heading. My second statement was you have permission to engage. At a conference in Florida a couple weeks ago, the speaker was a lady, you can Google it, she goes by the call sign Fly Girl. She was the only military, Marine, fighter, helicopter pilot in our services. And she tells the story how she'd been out protecting Allied personnel all day, and she looked at her gas gauge, and it was on empty. And she looked at the one remaining weapon that no fighter pilot ever fires until they're landing at base in case they encounter the enemy. She had one left. And she got the call on the radio. We have Allied service personnel under sniper fire. Please respond. She did something at that instant where she hard banked left. She turned the helicopter in full go get 'em, and she cleared the rise and saw the sniper fire. At which time she called back to headquarters and said, "Target sighted." She was informed, as she later said, the worst order she received in her entire military career. You have permission to engage. She absolutely did not need that order. There were lives who were going to be affected if she didn't engage. I'm telling you, as you walk into humanity right after this graduation ceremony, you have permission to engage, but you don't need that order. It's what common sense tells you to do. You need to go, it's a verb, you need to go George Bud somebody. You need to change their life, because that's what being a success is changing people's lives. So as we go forward, we talk about Arkansas native Maya Angelou, who said, people don't remember what you say, people don't remember what you did, but people clearly remember down deep how you made them feel. That's your task. And you became a professional. Society around us is crumbling. We have rampant crime. We have a divorce rate over 50%. We have people not going to school, not graduating. We have people wandering aimlessly. Why? That's for everybody to figure out. But I'm telling you, speaking from the front porch, going and encountering a Johnny or a 145-pound nose tackle and telling them they have some value will change that one. It'll make a difference in that one. And that's what I need you to do. There's a statistic that was done in 2006 and was published that if the world, a little over 6 billion people, were compressed into 100 people, that 48 of them would live on less than $2 a day of that 100. Only one of them would be a college graduate. 60 of those people would be Asian in descent. 16 would be African. 14 would be Americans, and 10 would be Europeans. You're about to enter a world of elite uniqueness. You're only one of 100 have the kind of education and the training this country, this university has afforded you. But we can't let you go out there and just wander around aimlessly. You need to go change 10 people's lives every year and shoot for 100 people. Go look them in the eye when they're 14 to 20, because like Johnny and like myself, we believe everything you tell us. That is what we're not telling young folks to go do. We need you to make that difference. My sons are both Lutheran pastors. They were engineers. All 4 of my kids were engineers, but my sons went back to become Lutheran pastors. Many of you have probably heard the name Martin Luther. Martin Luther is known as the guy who led the Reformation to a lot of religions that are practiced today, the thesis on the church wall. But I want to talk to you about one of his ministries called the Ministry of Vocation. Because Martin Luther didn't want people to be Christian on Sunday morning. He wanted the vocations you're picking right now to be where you practiced what you believed, where you went to change people's lives. You've encountered them at work, you encountered them at family events, you encountered them during life. And the ministry of vocation is real. You spend 95% of your time in your vocation. Most of us spend a couple hours at best in a sanctuary of our choice on Sunday morning. We need you to go affect positive change among the community. And that's what comes with being an exclusive college graduate. Please, please be part of fixing what's wrong in our society. I am an elected official. And I want to give two sayings that come to mind from elected officials that support this. The first one comes from Jeanette Rankin, the first woman elected to the U.S. House of Representatives out of the state of Montana in 1916. She said, "I implore you to fan the embers in the coal, light the fire in yourselves to complete the changes that are needed in this country and in this world." That imploring you is what I'm trying to do now. It's what these folks have done to you your whole lives. It's what the administration in the front rows of faculty are imploring you to do. Don't just take your degree and go out into the world. Take your degree on fire out into the world and make it special. The second one, many of you probably know this family. It's the Rockefeller family. And Governor Winthrop Rockefeller did a whole lot for this state. Rural electricity, AIDC, recruiting jobs, etc. But his saying goes like the following: "I submit that each of us has more than a passing affiliation with the rest of mankind. I believe that if we will dedicate ourselves to recapturing the spirit of the little child, then one day we shall come to know that the most meaningful existence for all of us is bound up in a single word. That word is brotherhood." I want to close with the rest of the story. I encountered George Budd in the 9th grade. I'm not asking you to be me. I'm asking you to be George Budd. But there's an interesting rest of the story with George Budd Peterson. Because George Budd Peterson, I caught him as a grad student in the 9th grade as a coach and a teacher. He had kind of a distinguished career in changing people's lives. He ended up being the chancellor of one of the top engineering universities in the country, Georgia Tech. He's known as one of the leading chancellors in this country. I talked to him about a year ago when he retired, and he doesn't have a full retirement plan. He's known as the guy who gets in people's face and tells them they can accomplish something. And he would tell you, if he were standing here today, what I'm telling you the key to success and a successful life and career is changing people's lives, not changing your own. We're hardwired to help people. That's what humanity is. You have to be directed. You have permission to engage, but you don't need that permission. Go do it. Go change lives. This university is something special to all of us. I used to work here. It's the greatest job I ever had, short of working for my granddad's ranches in northern Wyoming. There's a UAFS plate in my back window of my used Ford truck's been there for 15 years. This is someplace special. This is someplace unique. You belong to an institution that's atypical. There's probably no other like it in the country. It trains you to go out there and go to work. I know that. But what I need you to do is also go out there and make a difference in your segment of society. Remember these coaches up here? Jeremy Cox, when we won the national title, I finally found the banner in 2006. He had t-shirts made that said, "Dare to be great." That is a challenge. Dare to be great. Graduating, being in the 1%, means you're probably not the 48% that are living on $2 a day across this planet. But that isn't true greatness. True greatness is changing other people's lives. Always remember, love this university. Once a lion, always a lion. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Senator Pitch, for that very inspiring message for our graduates. Graduates, as you proceed across the stage to get your to be honored today, you will be you will stop and have two photographs made, one with Dr. Riley and one at the end of the ramp on that end by yourself. So one with Dr. Riley with your diploma cover, then one at the end of the ramp, and then you will proceed to your seat. We understand that these photographs are important to you and your family, so if you're comfortable doing so, please remove your mask as you come up on the stage, and please replace it once you've had your second photograph taken at the end of the ramp, and proceed back to your seat. Now, will the graduates for all degrees please rise? Chancellor Riley, each graduate standing before you has completed a prescribed course of study defined by the faculty. The names of those graduating in absentia are listed in the program but will not be read. A number of graduates completed their studies with a grade point average of at least a 3.6. Bachelor graduates who receive this honor are identified by a stole inscribed with the seal of the university and a white tassel on their mortarboard. Associate degree graduates are identified by a cord with the three colors of the institution: navy blue, white, and maroon. The honor status of each will be announced as their names are called. On behalf of the faculty of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith, it is my pleasure and privilege to present these graduates for the awarding of their degrees.
With the concurrence of the UAFS faculty, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Arkansas System, I confer upon you the respective degrees with all of the honors, privileges, rights, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates. And now you may be seated.
The graduates will be called forward by Dr. Letitia Sedlich, Dean of the College of Business and Industry. A faculty marshal will lead the students forward.
The graduates from the College of Business and Industry are led forward to receive their degrees by Faculty Marshal for the college, Dr. Ahmad Rahal.
Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Animation Technology and with summa cum laude honors, Kevin Matthew Goff. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration in Accounting and earning magna cum laude honors, April Diane Huffman. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration in Small Enterprise Management and Digital Marketing and earning magna cum laude honors, Caitlin Nicole Morris. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering Technology and earning magna cum laude honors, Garrett Kevin Phillips. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership and earning magna cum laude honors, Tammy Jeanette Schaefer. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership and earning cum laude honors, Shannon L. Allen. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership and earning cum laude honors, Melinda Michelle Branham. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration in Accounting and Finance and earning cum laude honors, Caitlin Elizabeth Cardy. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration in Accounting and Finance and earning cum laude honors, Emily Dayberry. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership and earning cum laude honors, Calvin Doe. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Braylon Max Hayes. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Holly Jo Parrish. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Derek Matthew King. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration and the Registrar's Assistant in the Registrar's Office, Leighton Don Heiss Murmur. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership and the Administrative Specialist in Career Services, Stephanie Dobbins. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Lexi Nicole Bateman. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration in Finance, Wendy Lee Brody. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Joseph Tyler Dunlap. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with a concentration in International Business, Alberto Garcia. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Andrew James Anderson. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with a concentration in Finance and with cum laude honors, Dylan B. Dye. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration and earning cum laude honors, Kelly Brooke Lindsay. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration and earning cum laude honors, Lauren Taylor Nong Vong Sithi. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Trevor Lee Wilson. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Tyler Edge. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration and an accounting emphasis, Aisha Chantabong Harris. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with a concentration in accounting, Felicia Ann Harris. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with a concentration in accounting, Sasha Randolph Davis. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with an accounting concentration, Manuel Edgardo Martinez. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Juan Manuel Gonzalez. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Jessica Shelton. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with a concentration in International Business, Lourdes Castro. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with a marketing concentration, Tanya Oriana. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with a marketing concentration, Erica Page Thornsberry. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Veronica Elizabeth Sanabria. Maribel Salas. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Maribel Salas. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Sandra Lee Abbott. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Destiny Schneider. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Destiny Renee Maples. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Hensley Hurst. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Peyton Wiggy. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Danielle Mercia. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Samuel Hest.
You already know me, I don't know what you doing.
Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with a marketing concentration, Calvin Ray James Jr. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Cassandra Vilaluk. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering Technology, Brandon Lee Davis. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Manae Black. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Gabrielle Lauren Brooks. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Animation Technology, Michaela Howe. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Animation Technology, Patrick Wesley Otzel. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with an accounting concentration, Shayla Lynn Barnes. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with an accounting and finance concentration, Madison Leanne Foster. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Ashley Nicole May. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Morgan Bailey Bowling. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with an accounting and finance concentration, Dakota Dean. Gutierrez. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with an accounting and finance concentration, Valerie Amber Gutierrez. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Colby Ryan Throgmorton. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Zachary Cole Thomas. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Aiden Michael Rink. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with Business Administration, Consumer Marketing, and Digital Marketing concentration, Wei Thin Foong. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Lauren Renee Sutherland. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Quinarius M. White. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration with a marketing concentration, Cassie Ramirez. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership, Helen Maritza Raya. Graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration, Hayden Allen Williams. Graduating with an Associate of Applied Science in Computer Graphic Technology, Architectural, and graduating with distinction, Austin Taylor Avina. Graduating with an Associate of Applied Science in Office Management Technology and graduating with distinction, Wing T. Easley. Graduating with an Associate of Applied Science in Workforce Leadership and graduating with distinction, Sandra Michelle Taylor. Graduating with an Associate of Applied Science in Computer Graphic Technology and earning distinction, Taryn Neely Williams. Graduating with an Associate of Applied Science in Electronics Technology, Jet Anthony Scoma. Graduating with an Associate of Applied Science in Computer Graphic Technology, Digital Design, Leslie Susila Aktun. Graduating with a Technical Certificate in Welding, Grant Michael Davis. Graduating with an Associate of Applied Science in Electronics Technology, Nathan Allen Painter. Graduating with a Technical Certificate in Welding, Mario Martinez. Graduating with an Associate of Applied Science in Office Management Technology, Tia Danae Burnett. And graduating with a Technical Certificate in Automotive Technology, William Lewis Turner, Jr.
Please join me in applauding the graduates from the College of Business and Industry.
Graduates, please rise. I invite you to move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboards. You may be seated. Graduates, when you entered the arena, you were given a card with a pin attached to it. This pin is given to all UAFS alumni, and it symbolizes your induction into the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Alumni Association. Wear it with pride, and know that you are now part of a community of over 48,000 UAFS alumni all over the world. Will the members of the audience please join me in one final, maybe not final for you, but one round of applause for our graduates. Tell you what, I like all this noise at graduation. This is really good. That's what it's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this afternoon for the 105th graduation commencement of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith. We will conclude this commencement ceremony with the singing of the National Anthem. I'm sorry, alma mater. The words to the alma mater may be found on the last page of the digital program and are displayed on the screens, or will be displayed on the screens. Following the alma mater, we request that you remain at your seats until the recessional is complete, and please meet your graduates outside. Please stand and join music education student Landon King as he leads us in the singing of the alma mater, accompanied by the UAFS Wind Ensemble.
All praises sing to the school we hold dear. A part of our hearts will forever be here. Your banner of wisdom our future will guide. The friends that we cherish at our side. Let our song ring out for the white and blue. To you, Fort Smith, we will ever be true.
Chancellor Riley and Provost Hale, on behalf of the faculty and with gratitude for our students and new alumni, I declare the afternoon session of the 105th commencement ceremony at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith adjourned. Congratulations.